Welcome into this week's Degrees of Science. This week we are talking about the heat that's going to be coming up here, of course, in Central Texas this summer, and what you can do to protect your pets from the aforementioned heat. So here we are today talking with Nicole Ellis, who is a certified professional dog trainer with Rover. She's also a pet lifestyle expert. So Nicole, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's such an important topic, so really excited to dive into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so obviously we have a little bit of a guest star with us here today. Who do you have with us?
This is Rossi, who's falling asleep, so he wakes up a little bit.
That's awesome. Well, Rossi doesn't seem to be camera shy at all. That is awesome. No. Nicole, thank you again for joining us today. So first and foremost, with your experience with Rover and dog training and just the experiences that you've had, what kind of situations do you usually see, especially this time of year, in regard to the heat with pet owners and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Pets overheating is a common but can be actually deadly thing that can happen to them. So, and that could be simply just going for too long of a walk, deciding to take them to the beach and them overheating. Some people even decide to go hiking during this time. So we need to plan ahead. We want to make sure our dogs aren't getting heat stroke, and they're also protecting their paw pads, because that asphalt can get really hot and something not always we think about right away. So we want to make sure they're safe all over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So of course here in Central Texas, I mean, Central Texans, if you've been here long enough, you would know. But here it gets really hot in the summertime. I mean, we usually see triple digits on the norm around, especially as we get into the depths of summer. So with that in mind, how hot is too hot to have your pets outside?
So that's going to depend a lot on your pet, your pet's breed, their age, their health. But a general rule of thumb we can do is when it is getting up in these triple digits, or even the 90s, we want to try to do our walks much earlier in the day, later in the evening, when the air's not so hot, the ground's not so hot, and try to make those our activities. Go out for our potty breaks then. If your dog is a dog that needs longer walks, that's the time of day to be doing it. Once it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock even, it gets hot out there. So we want to make sure we're getting them out exercised nice and early.
Say a pet had to be outside when it was hot. How long should they be outside, and what can a pet owner do to prevent their, paws from being affected by the really warm ground?
I love this question, and there's a couple answers to this. First of all is try to check the ground temperature. So what I do is I take the back of my hand and I put it down on the asphalt. If you can't keep it there for 5 seconds, it's probably too hot for your pet's paws themselves. So of course, try to limit our time. Sometimes that's not always possible. So look into some dog booties that can protect their paws, especially as this temperature rises. Paw burns are a real thing that actually do happen. Try to walk them on grass. AstroTurf does heat up as well, so don't just think because it's fake grass our pet paws are protected. That can also happen at the beach. Sand gets super, super hot, so don't take that for granted as well. Like, be sure to be checking those temperatures. Overall, if we do have to take them out in those temperatures, look into cooling products. There's amazing dog cooling jackets, bandanas out there. That's what I do if I take my dog out for a walk, or even just take him to the vet. Quick outside can get really hot. So I love Back on Track makes amazing ones, but there's tons of them out there. Definitely something to look at, because that can really help lower our dog's core temperature.
What else can pet owners do to kind of help their pets, especially in the heat that we usually see in the Texas summer?
Of course, keep them in air-conditioned spaces, shaded spaces as much as possible, ample access to nice cool water, and then learn the signs of your pet becoming overheated. When a dog becomes overheated, time really is critical, and the faster we can get them help or out of the heat, more likely they'll recover just fine. Start to learn those signs, and then know where your local emergency vet is and have a game plan of what we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nicole, obviously you've been working with Rover, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what Rover actually is, what Rover can do for pet owners?
Absolutely. Rover's one of the largest marketplaces for pet care services. So whether we need a dog walker, dog sitter, dog daycare, dog trainers, it's all across the market where you can find someone that loves your pet, take care of them, help you with them when you need. And that's great if your air conditioning's out. Find a pet sitter. Let your dog go cool off in the air conditioning for a daycare during the day. So we have lots of options out there, and it's nice there's people right in your community, someone even potentially down the street from you. So you can take a look on there, do a meet and greet, meet them ahead of time, and find the best fit for your pet.
Thank you again for joining us, Nicole and Rossi. Thank you all for both being here today. Y'all have done wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to kind of share that maybe we haven't hit on?
I'd say just look out for those signs: heavy breathing, excessive panting, lagging behind you, and let's not get excited for hiking and outdoor activities on those hot days. Let's try to keep it inside so our pets are less stressed, and let's take care of them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Nicole, so much for being here with us today, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.